Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. The opening ceremonies have begun in Hong Kong for spot Bitcoin ETFs.
We're here at the live ceremony at the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, and the market is open. It is 9:30. We're just running a couple minutes behind, but you can see they are assembling in front of the gong. This is a big listing ceremony today, the launch of crypto ETFs. It'll be the first time in Asia retail investors have a chance to trade cryptocurrency ETFs at spot prices. Now, this comes just 3 months after the U.S. launch of similar ETFs tracking spot Bitcoin. It has drawn billions in dollars of net inflows, also contributing to a surge in a Bitcoin price earlier this year. Year to date, it's about 50%. It has hit all-time highs last month, over 73,000 US dollars. Now, you can see that the Bitcoin ETFs, there's about 14 ETFs that have hit the market today from 3 different issuers. Those issuers are China Asset Management Company, Harvest Global Investment, and HashKey Exchange. You can see the countdown has started.
There it is, guys, the countdown. And boom goes the dynamite. So why has Bitcoin plummeted to such an abysmal price? Right now, we've got Bitcoin here on the hourly, guys. And you can see over here, right down in here, we're starting a new hour. Bitcoin price at 61,700. Ouch. It was up nearly past 65,000. We were in and around 64. Only a few hours ago, we did see a pump in price yesterday evening. But alas, once the Hong Kong Bitcoin spot ETFs were released, finally announced, we did see the price crater, similar to what we saw back in January, right in around here, when we did get that spot Bitcoin ETF announcement for the United States. So that was in and around here. And sure enough, I hope you guys don't have such short memories that you forgot about this. We did see Bitcoin price crater. This is the daily chart, by the way. So it did move down after the spot Bitcoin price ETF announcement, did move down for about a couple of weeks before we started to see the price move up again. So are we going to witness the same thing here now, now that we got the Hong Kong spot Bitcoin ETFs on the move? I don't know, guys. You know, generally history does tend to repeat itself. We are seeing sentiment in the space fairly neutral still, so we aren't seeing that go down necessarily. It is still sitting at 58. We've got the market cap at $2.28 trillion, so that's down again just a little bit, not by a lot. We've got 24-hour volume that is up, though, 18.67%. Bitcoin dominance still sitting at 53.5. So Bitcoin dominance still sitting relatively steady there. But we've got a sea of red. Bitcoin is down 1.13, Ethereum's down 4.2, BNB coin's down 1%, just over a percentage point. Solana got hit quite a bit, 3.9%. XRP is down about just over a percentage point, sitting in and around 50 cents right now. So the ebbs and flows, mostly red in the crypto space today. Of course, the Bitcoin price bringing the rest of the crypto market down along with it. You guys can see XRP tried to grind its way upward along with Bitcoin yesterday, but ever since we did see that Bitcoin move down, XRP has moved down along with it. Some naysayers are even wondering, has Bitcoin reached its market top? Now, for the record, I'm going to say no. All the fundamentals are still looking very positive, if not indecisive. And, there are a lot of factors that just have not occurred yet. But alley charts here, guys, bringing up another perspective on this, I think you guys should listen to this. Spikes in Bitcoin realized price profits have historically coincided with market tops. And last month, when BTC hit $73,880, realized price skyrocketed to $3.52 billion. This could potentially signal a potential BTC market top. Take a look at these charts where we did see this occur over here. Now, this was a double top pattern for Bitcoin, but we did also see it occur back in 2018. Now, where are we at today? Is this going to look different? Are these numbers going to go even higher once we do see, Bitcoin finally move to new highs? I don't know. The other thing he does say, though, is still, I'm waiting for another confirmation before calling a Bitcoin market top. For instance, a sustained close below Bitcoin shorter term holder realized price, which currently hovers around 59,800, can confirm a potential Bitcoin market top. So again, he's looking at that 59,000 price mark, which I talked a little bit about yesterday, bringing Bitcoin back up here on the chart, getting below this price here, guys, is going to, well, Well, I don't know. This is the $59,000 mark. This is that wick that we did see back in March, early March 2024. Did wick down. We almost touched that point too back in mid-April, and so now the trend moving lower. Also, take a look at the trend line here. It's moving down for Bitcoin. We're making lower highs. So lower highs, not looking positive. But guys, this is a fairly short time frame when it comes to looking at the entire market cycle. So we should also be mindful of that, I think. If the market top is confirmed, Bitcoin could drop towards 51,530 or even 42,700. Do you really think we're going to see these prices for Bitcoin at this stage in the game? However, if Bitcoin can surge above $66,250 and reclaim this area as support, the bearish outlook will be invalidated. By rising above the $66,000 mark, Bitcoin will regain the strength to push towards 69,150. And if this resistance barrier is breached, then Bitcoin can advance towards a new all-time high of $92,190 per coin. Wow, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Where would that bring us? What's he looking at there? $92,000 per coin. Let's just take a look at the fib here. And what's he saying? I guess he's looking at a more short-term valuation here. If I get rid of that one and zoom in on this chart here, we can see if this is the most recent low. Okay, let's just assume that this is not going any lower. What could we see next? Oops, let's get rid of that. Let's pop that up in there and take a look. Okay, that would be 82.97 at the 2.618. So he must be looking at some other metrics here. Right now, I mean, this is uncharted territories as far as I'm concerned. Bitcoin has not gone higher than 73,800 at this point. The MV-RV pricing bands do show 92,000. So it's going to be an interesting story, guys, for Bitcoin moving forward. And yeah, I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, historically, when we've seen these ETFs, historically, and by historically, I mean 4 months ago, when we saw these ETFs being launched, we did see the price of Bitcoin go down initially before that next pump to the upside. So some things to be considering there. Also wanted to bring this up, guys. Bank XRP mentioning that Tether has now criticized Ripple's CBDC. We wish Ripple's team would have more success with their new stablecoin than they have had so far. Shots fired. As Bank XRP says, so this is directly from CNBC. Crypto startup Ripple is the latest major player to jump into the $150 billion stablecoin market with the launch of their US-pegged stablecoin. However, the stablecoin hasn't even been released yet. The stablecoin will always be backed one-to-one by equivalent of assets. The crypto firm said its reserves would be accounted for and publicly available, as Ripple always wants to be transparent. Ripple is first launching its stablecoin in the US, but didn't rule out offering additional stablecoins in other markets. But I guess, obviously there's some competition in the space. Brad Garlinghouse said this market will look different in the future, certainly based on size. This is what he told CNBC. And was this a response to the depegging of rival firms Tether USDT coin? USDT temporarily lost its $1 peg in 2022 amid market instability resulting from the collapse of the Terra Luna thing. USDC also temporarily slipped below $1 in 2023. After the Silicon Valley Bank fiasco, some critics dispute the source of Tether's reserves. But where did Tether say this? Well, I will post this in the description of the video. Luckily for me, the XRP community is on top of it. Wrath of Kahneman saying, wow, Tether throwing immense shade at Ripple's stablecoin announcement. We wish Ripple's team would have more success with their new stablecoin than they have had so far. So asked about Ripple's move to launch a stablecoin in Garlinghouse's comments, a Tether spokesperson told CNBC, we wish Ripple's team would have had more success than they've had so far. Tether is registered with FinCEN, the U.S. financial crimes watchdog, which is not the same as being regulated. Let me reiterate, they are registered with FinCEN because they are a suspicious entity. They are a suspicious company, and it looks like the U.S. government wants to keep tabs on them. The business is required to submit suspicious transaction reports and reports for dealings totaling more than $10,000. So that is, I guess, the reason why why FinCEN has registered them. You really see the difference in responses between different actors, says Anders here, whereas Jeremy Allaire came out saying, welcome to the dollar stablecoin party, Ripple. This was from back on April the 4th. It is encouraging to see more companies taking a compliance-first approach to building on-chain dollars. Congrats on taking the plunge. So it is very telling. I mean, there are actors in the space that want to be compliant, want to be part of the new financial system. And then, of course, there are actors who, well, it's Tether. There's a lot of controversy surrounding Tether. I did a video years ago when I first started the channel on Tether, some shady dealings. A lot of evidence, suggesting that, well, a lot of people do say it is a big Ponzi scheme. It's so tied to Bitcoin in that their reserves are actually based on, more Bitcoin, projected Bitcoin that doesn't even exist yet. There's so many theories out there. And so because of this, it's a bit of a split, a mixed feeling, I think, about Tether around the world. Whalewire here also bringing this up. Tether has thrown shade at Ripple about their new stablecoin. Not only will Tether's comments age like milk, but you also must smell the fear in their statement. Ripple's stablecoin is the biggest competitor, and Tether is scared that they will be surpassed. Hint, they will be. They're already moving beyond crypto since they know it won't last for them. Just today, Tether announced that they're investing $200 million into some sketchy unknown company aiming to put computers in people's brains. Only maxis fall for that kind of thing. And Ito Farida just commenting here, Tether white paper is openly telling us that they could go bankrupt and disappear with everyone's funds. So guys, be aware, be prudent, be very, very careful where you park your money. Again, at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel, I've given my Patreon subscribers an outline of how my cash out strategy is going to work, the process, the workflow there. So you can find all that for $5 a month at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. A lot of interesting videos. I'm now up to 50 plus videos in the last almost year now to give you guys some insight on what I'm doing this time around. It is basically not financial advice, it is just following my crypto journey, but I'm showing you guys everything, keeping my portfolio transparent. $10,000 plus portfolio is now up to $15,000. So I have now invested $15,000 into altcoins, excluding my legacy portfolio, which does include XRP, Bitcoin, and all the others. So if you guys want to see what my strategy is, when I plan to cash out, all that fun stuff, you can find that out at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Guys, we also have the Tether CEO coming out saying we don't care about the usage of USDT in Europe and the US. Can you believe this? He doesn't care.
With Tether, we are, as you surely you know, and so we are not big in DeFi. We do really care about being the stablecoin for the last mile. So we focus on the adoption in the real world. So payments, remittances. We don't care about the usage of USDT in Europe and the US. We don't think Europe and US are a good market for us, and in general for stablecoins. That is our own opinion. So we devoted our energies to focus on emerging markets, developing countries where there are 30 billion people that don't have bank accounts, not because they are bad people, but because they are left behind by the traditional banking system that consider these guys too poor to be of their interest, too poor to be able to milk them out of commissions. And so we want to give to these people, these great people, an opportunity to hold their checking account on their smartphone. Simple as that. That is Tether in 2 minutes.
So kind of a cowboy response there. We don't care about the US and European markets. Essentially, we do not care about your regulation. We're looking to bank the unbanked in other countries where they're finding Tether beneficial because they don't have bank accounts, because they've been left behind by the current system. So I'm curious how this is going to shake up. I know earlier this month we did hear of Russia actually using USDT Tether for international trading purposes with other BRICS nations. So, there is a purpose for it. And whether the US, I guess, regulates it or not, I don't know if that's going to really matter or not. However, I am a little concerned about this, what Ito Farina did recently post here about how they could go bankrupt. Basically, this was their white paper. We could go bankrupt. In this case, the business entity Tether Limited would go bankrupt, but clients' funds would be safe, and subsequently all Tethers will remain redeemable. So that was their statement there from a few weeks ago, if my memory serves me correctly. Anyway, wanted to thank Whalewire, Wrath of Kahneman, Bank XRP. Of course, we got Ali Charts over here, and Bitcoin Magazine, not to mention XRP Drops, just for posting that most recent video. So, we talk about Tether and the use case right now for Russia using this particular stablecoin for trade. Well, guys, BRICS, they're looking to launch their own stablecoin for international settlements. This one courtesy of Michael Branch on Twitter. In a recent revelation, the BRICS consortium, comprising major powers including Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have announced plans to launch their own stablecoin for international settlement. Now, launching their own stablecoin, that would be a different approach, certainly. And would it be a stablecoin backed one-to-one by one of their currencies, one of their sovereign currencies, or Could it be something else? Urs Bolt down here, a financial advisor, took to X on April the 28th to draw the community's attention to the BRICS proposal. And so he was suggesting that it could be backed, in fact, by gold. BRICS considers launching a stablecoin for international trade settlement. BRICS identifies de-dollarization efforts as they plan to launch a stablecoin, possibly backed by gold. XRP enthusiasts, though, hint at BRICS leveraging XRP's upcoming stablecoin. So that is part of the rumor too. Could they leverage XRP, or rather the Ripple stablecoin, to help this process along? I don't know. Time will still tell. The bigger Ripple news, guys, that just came out yesterday was this. HashKey Group has achieved significant success with its blockchain-powered supply chain finance solutions, which have seen widespread adoption in mainland China. So now what we're seeing, guys, Ripple has now joined forces with HashKey DX to introduce XRP ledger-powered enterprise solutions now in Japan. So this is brand new news just coming out here. And notice the connection here. HashKey Group already powered a blockchain solution in mainland China. So China, one of the BRICS countries, of course, just as a little side note. But now Ripple, guys, they have now forged this strategic partnership with HashKey DX, the Tokyo-based specialized consulting company of the HashKey Group, to introduce XRP ledger-powered enterprise solutions to the Japanese market. HashKey Group has achieved significant success with its blockchain-powered chain so far, as I was mentioning, launched in China 2019. 4,000 companies registered, including 23 banks and 4,300 suppliers. So that's huge. Leveraging this success, HashKey DX will introduce these supply chain finance solutions to Japan through collaboration with Ripple and SBI Ripple Asia to join a joint venture between SBI Holdings and Ripple. So I guess I kind of wanted to say one thing first and foremost that is not mentioned in this article here. Notice, guys, yesterday I was talking about VeChain and how they're entering the cross-border payment space. Well, now Ripple is entering the supply chain management space. I'm feeling like these companies realize they can't just do one thing very well. They kind of have to branch out. And, if the blockchain is robust enough, there will be value driven to it. And whether they take, a third of the pie or a half of the pie or a quarter of the pie or 2/3 of the pie or whatever it is, there is always going to be value driven to these blockchains. And the more verticals that they're involved in, the more value will be driven to these blockchains, thus, giving these particular cryptocurrencies more value down the road. So these solutions will be, in this particular case, these solutions will be built on the XRP ledger. And the partnership, guys, is with SBI Group, a company that is already connected to Ripple in a lot of ways, one of Ripple's biggest investors from the early days. And they're looking for corporations to utilize this supply chain finance solution. Looking ahead, the three companies will further explore and collaborate on various enterprise blockchain use cases that will leverage the robust capabilities of the XRP ledger. So, huge news here. The era of tokenized ETFs across the XRPL has begun. So Chad Steingraber here also noticing that HashKey, and I don't know if you guys noticed it right at the beginning here. Unless you were looking for it, you probably didn't notice it. Right at the beginning here, HashKey Bitcoin ETF. So HashKey also offers Bitcoin ETFs and I believe Ethereum ETFs as well. And so those could, in fact, theoretically also be tokenized on the XRP ledger. Chad saying this, Ripple waited to drop this bomb at the exact moment until the Hong Kong ETF went live. So recognize that. Corey saying, so if they are using XRPL to tokenize assets such as ETFs, why would they do an XRP ETF for investing? Responds Chad. Maybe an XRP ETF will be available in the future. Who knows? I still think we're early on. Yassine Mobarak here mentioning, so Ripple is now developing solutions for supply chain finance, for example, trade finance. So does that mean it will compete directly with the XDC network? So that's another competitor here, XDC. That's what I thought as well, said Jim Knox. Paniel Darker here saying, yes, it does. VP of Strategic Initiatives, Emy Yoshikawa, guys, she was presenting at the Web3 Festival hosted by the HashKey Group specifically. And here was her introduction. Now, remember, she is the VP of Strategic Initiatives at Ripple. Listen to this.
We are also active in digital asset custody space and also tokenization. Actually, just a few days ago, we announced our plan to issue USD stablecoin. So we are very excited about that. That's going to happen later this year. And then also, in the context of real-world asset tokenization, we participated in HKMA's EHKD pilot program, where we tokenized real estate assets and use that as a collateral for home equity loan. So very excited to demonstrate the power of the blockchain in that use case. So that's one part of our company. And the other part of our company is really focused on building and expanding the ecosystem for XRP Ledger. XRP Ledger is a L1 decentralized blockchain that has been around for more than 10 years. And it's used by many different organizations, including Ripple. We use that ledger for cross-border payments use case. And then also, we are really excited to partner with HashKey to help integrate XRP Ledger into their enterprise solutions, including supply chain finance use cases and so on, and bring that to Japan with collaboration with the SBI Holdings. So yeah, very excited to discuss more about XRP Ledger today.
It's a longer clip. I will link it in the description of the video, but you heard it there first. Emy Yoshikawa mentioning this HashKey group partnership with SBI Holdings and Ripple as well. So we've got SBI, Yoshitaka Kitao, the master of synergy, HashKey, chosen to help bring a new supply chain finance solution to the XRP Ledger, and has a list of trusted partners, guys, that may catch our eye. This one courtesy of Crypto Eri. So there's the One Axiom blockchain, Keiritsu Capital, Alibaba Cloud, and Archax. Guys, many Ripple partners here linked to, they back Keiritsu Capital, and the Futureverse is a new partner of Alibaba Cloud and Archax. Remember the CEO of Archax saying that 30 to 40, or was it 40 to 50 trillion dollars could in fact be tokenized on the XRP Ledger through Archax in the coming months. Some interesting connections there. And the timing couldn't be better. Danny Dark posting this. Do you believe the timing of both this Japanese deeper seated currency issues happening simultaneously to be of pure coincidence? Now, he's not even talking about the timing that Chad is mentioning here about the Hong Kong ETFs going live. He is talking about the fumbling Japanese yen. Let's bring up the JPY compared to the US dollar here. I'm going to throw that on the weekly to show you guys how low the yen is valued compared to the US dollar. Take a look at that. We're basing back in support from back in 1990, guys. Okay, so the yen isn't doing too well. It makes sense. I mean, it could be pure coincidence, but it does make sense. I'm not suggesting both are directly and inherently related, but rather making note of many of the loosely connected narratives moving in tandem, stride for stride. So, interesting observation there from Danny Dark. Fojack also bringing this to our attention now. Mr. Poole and Howard Moon have been posting Yoshitaka Kitao and SBI-related posts for a while now. Yoshitaka Kitao, CEO of SBI Group, when we launch SBI's virtual currency exchange, it will be #1 in the blink of an eye. Yeah, he said that. Mr. Poole also commented back in 2022, just the word Japan, so the country of Japan, also posting this, guys, back in 2021. So we know Ripple has been connected to SBI for a long time, but this news coming out of Japan is something very new, very innovative, and could in fact change the way supply chain management occurs in that part of the world. Starting with Japan, there's also those connections to China, which is a large economy. So guys, XRP price right now hovering just under 50 cents per coin. I personally think it's a great time to buy if you guys are interested in that, but you can follow all my selections over there at patreon.com/workingchannel if you're interested in actually seeing the different altcoins that I'm buying into. I got some money on the sideline, probably going to get into another position today. As you and I can both see, the altcoin market is still bleeding. That's just my opinion, though. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.